Give me just 15 minutes of your time, and at the end of this video, you're going to have 4 cold email tips that will help you triple your meeting books rate from cold email in 2023. So, what's going on, guys? My name is Christian. I use these 4 cold email tips I'm going to outline in this video to book over 1,000 sales calls for my agency in 2022, and hopefully you can take these same exact principles and tips and apply them to your cold email strategy and book 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 calls from cold email this year and beyond, right? So, where are we at with cold email right now? Well, it's really cheap to get started and it's really easy to get started, right? And that's a good thing. But on the downside, it's really competitive because there's almost no barrier to entry to get started with cold email. And that's why you need to have a really refined and dialed in strategy to get results. The content I put out on YouTube is really actionable. I try to make it really valuable for you guys to just take it. There's no gray area or no guesswork, and just apply it to your cold email strategy, right? So with that being said, I still do have to hold some stuff back from my YouTube channel and from Twitter and from anywhere else you can consume my content, because I save the best and most, secret sauce strategies for people in my coaching program, Client Ascension. So Client Ascension will teach you how to add $10,000 in revenue to your B2B business within 6 months, or else you don't pay and we give you a full refund, right? Fully guaranteed. So if you want the best of the best strategies for me that I even withhold from my YouTube and my Twitter, be sure to click the link in my bio to book a call to learn more about how our coaching program can help you scale with cold email, right? So with that being said, let's get into the video going over these 4 key tips you can use in your cold email strategy. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video with a friend. So let's get into it. Here we go. The 4 cold email tips that helped me book over 1,000 sales calls last year in 2022, and has already got me well on track to do the same in 2023 and beyond, right? So cold email is always evolving, but these 4 core principles will always stay the same and will always help you get replies, book calls, close deals from cold email, right? So the 4 points: keep your email short and to the point, get specific with your targeting and personalize your emails based on that targeting, the 2-to-1 rule, and switching up your CTAs, right? These are the 4 rules that I'm going to go over. And obviously you don't know exactly what I mean by them just yet, but we're going to dive into them one by one so I can show you exactly what I mean. Ready? So keep your email short and to the point. What do I mean by that? Well, this one's pretty obvious. You don't want your email to run on for 5 paragraphs and have someone, if someone opens your email and they see an essay in front of them, they don't have the time of the day to read it. Nobody does. They're going to click off, delete your email, maybe mark you as spam. Bottom line is they're never going to reply to you, right? Unless there's somebody that just happens to read every single email in their inbox. You're not going to get replies if your email is too long, right? So 50 words or less for any cold email you write. This is not an exact science, but you want to try to keep your emails to around 50 words or less. So let's do an example, right? Say I'm a lead generation agency and I help B2B marketing agencies book, 10 calls a month, right? So imagine my emails like this. Hey, Christian, love what you're doing with your agency. I've run to discuss, right? I'm just ranting here. Nobody's reading that. Nobody's going to open this and say, oh, yes, I love how this person has helped over 100 agencies, and they'll, personalize every email, right? Nobody cares about your whole life story. Nobody cares about every single aspect of your offer. You want to keep your cold email 1 to 3 sentences max and just tell them exactly what they're going to get and then get on the phone with them, right? So here's how I would shorten this if we wanted to make it more optimized, right? So instead of all this, we can do something like this. Ready? Noticed you're a fellow agency owner. I imagine you're always on the lookout for more qualified sales calls. We can book 15 calls a month on your calendar, fully guaranteed. Interested in discussing further? Right, bam. That's how many words we got here. 36, right? Perfect email, personalized with the notice you're a fellow agency owner, telling them exactly what they're going to get, 15 calls a month on their calendar, and then interested in discussing further, right? Bang, bang. Someone's going to read this in 3 to 5 seconds, get back to you, hop on the phone, and you close the deal, right? If you kept ranting like I was doing before, nobody's reading that. I've tried it myself. I've written hundreds of cold email angles. The ones that are short, I always do the best. Time and time again, shorter is better, right? So specific targeting, right? So in this case, for this rule, you want to get, number 1, really specific with your targeting. Instead of roofers, target roofers in Tampa. Instead of e-commerce brands, target cosmetics brands, right? Here's what I mean by that. And then you want to take that personal or that targeting and write your personalization based on it, right? So let's say we're targeting roofers in Tampa. How do you personalize an email to speak directly to a roofer in Tampa? We could do something like, "Hey, name, was searching for the top roofing companies here in Tampa and came across company names, website. You guys have some great reviews," right? Anyone reading this that's in Tampa that's a roofer is going to be like, "Oh, shoot, this guy came across my website looking for roofers in Tampa. Obviously, I'm a roofer in Tampa. I'm going to open this email and see what they have to say." And then you go into the pitch and say, "We can help you get more roofing estimates here in Tampa with our lead generation strategy," right? So you're translating the personalization into a pitch and getting really specific on your targeting so you can open an email with something so specific to the prospect that they have no choice but to open it, right? So how do we do this for cosmetics brands? So for cosmetics brands, right, if you're reaching out to any old ecom brand and you just spam them with something, they're not going to read it. But if you say something like, "Was doing some shopping for my sister's 23rd birthday and came across company names website," your makeup is going to be a great gift for her, right? Like something like that, where you're saying like a cosmetic brand who purchases cosmetics for the most part, women, right? Young women, Gen Z, millennial women. And if I write something like, "Was doing some shopping for my sister's 23rd birthday and came across your website," your makeup's going to be a great gift, or your products are right up her alley, right? So why does it pay to get specific with your targeting? Let's say I was targeting any e-commerce brand on the internet, and I said was doing some shopping for my sister's birthday, and a male supplement brand got this email. They'd be like, "Your sister wants male supplements for her birthday. Like, this doesn't really add up." But if you really get specific on cosmetics, now you can say something that opens the email, that grabs their attention and gets them to read the rest of the email, right? So how else can we do this? Cannabis brands. Was researching CBD and cannabis brands and came across company names website, right? So now it's like, okay, I'm a CBD and cannabis brand. They were researching this stuff and they came across my site. Now what? What does this person have to say? I'm going to click the email, I'm going to open it, and I'm going to read it, right? So get really specific on your targeting. Use that specific targeting to inform your personalization and your messaging, and you're going to get more opens, more responses, more excuse me, calls booked, and more closed deals, right? Because something else to note is that when you're in Gmail, the personal I could actually I'll just talk you through it. So in the Gmail inbox, there's a preview text, right, where you can see the beginning of the email. And if someone is in their Gmail inbox and the preview text says "was searching for CBD brands," and they're a CBD brand, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, what is this guy? Does this guy have a question about my products? Does he want to learn more about me? What is going on here with this email? Let me open it," right? So personalization that's really specific to the targeting always does better, always gets more opens and responses. So on to the third rule here that I like to follow, the 2-to-1 rule. So all this means is you say you refer to the prospect twice for every time you talk about yourself, right? And once again, this is a rule of thumb. This is not the gospel. This is not a rule set in stone that you have to follow where the cold email gods are going to strike you with lightning, right? You only have to follow this loosely just to keep your emails on track and make sure that you're referring to the prospect more so than yourself, right? So how do you do that? Ready? Let's say I was writing an email and it's like, "We can help you book 12 calls a month with our cold email system. Our system has helped our clients book 10, generate 10 deals last month alone. I would love to talk further on a quick call, when works for you," right? Like if you read this email, it's me, it's we, I, us. Like we're only talking about ourselves. And guess what? Nobody cares unless you're Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos sending a cold email, nobody really cares about who you are, what you do, right? They only care about what you can do for them. I've talked about this time and time again, and it's for good reason because it's so important, right? So we can help you, all right? It's even with our 2-to-1 IDU, which is backwards. Our system has helped our clients. I would love to talk further. So in this email, we refer to ourselves 5 times for every 2 times we refer to the prospect, and that ain't going to cut it, right? That's way off. That's not even close to the rule that we want to be following. So in this case, I would brush up on this email and be like, how can I reframe this so it's more focused on the prospect instead of me, right? And how do I do that? We can help you book 12 calls a month with our cold email system. You're seeing it live on camera. This is my thought process working through how to fix this and optimize this to make sure that it's more so to the prospect. First of all, I would switch up I would love to. Never say I would love to in an email, ever, ever. Don't ever do it. Just don't do it. It's terrible. It comes off really needy to the prospect. Instead, you want to say, are you open to a quick call to learn more about this, right? Okay, so now we eliminated one of the I's. Maybe we can do something like, with this system, you'll have one new high ticket deal in your pipeline each month, fully guaranteed. Right, so now we cut out a bunch of hours and a bunch of I's, and let's see where we're at. Ready? We can help you with our cold email system. We're still behind. With this system, you'll have one new high ticket deal in your pipeline every month. Are you open to a quick call? Right? So I just rewrote this email and went from 5 I's to 2 U's, and I just went to 4 U's to 2 I's. So now this email is more focused on the prospect. It's more likely to get a response and, a positive response instead of like spam, unsubscribe, right? So keep this rule in mind when you're writing your emails. It's not the gospel. You don't have to live by it, but just make sure that you're not saying I, we, us instead of you, right? Focus the email on the person you're reaching out to. So very last thing, switch up your CTAs, right? You don't always have to pitch a call, right? Crazy enough, the whole goal of a cold email is to book a call, but guess what? You don't have to pitch a call in every single email. So here's a bunch of good CTAs that I like to use when I'm writing my emails that don't pitch a call and just get the conversation going towards a call, obviously. But if you open the email with something soft like a video or a conversation or a list of resumes, right, it's going to get the response and push you closer to getting that call in the end anyways. So would you like to see a quick video explaining further, right? This one's a classic. If you have a Klaviyo email marketing agency, video, web design, landing pages, video production, product photos, anything visual that you can show somebody, pitch a video because it's going to get them to respond. And then once they respond, you can make a really well done video that will let you take 5 minutes to go over what you do, as opposed to trying to write it all in an email that will never get responded to, right? So pitch a video, or you could do something like, mind if I share a few, video strategies I had in mind for you, right? Now it's like, okay, this guy has some strategies in mind for me. I'd love to hear what he has to say, right? Something tangible, a video, strategies. Are you open to hearing some ideas I had to help you do the same, right? Like if you have a case study, like I helped Knowledge X book 15 calls last month. Are you open to hearing some ideas I have to help you do the same, right? Ideas, strategies, videos. Hopefully you're getting the trend here that you want to have tangible things in your call to action to move people towards a call and a response and to learn more, right? So a couple other ideas here that we can run with for CTAs are something like, for a staffing offer, for example, mind if I share a list of CVs and resumes with you here, right? So if you have a staffing offer and you help people hire developers, salespeople, AEs, account managers, right? And you have a list of people ready to go, share a list of CVs and resumes with them, because then they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at a couple resumes. And then they'll probably say, wow, you have some really qualified people. Let's hop on the phone. Let's talk. Let's learn more, right? So outside of the tangible things that you can pitch, you can also do something like open to learning more. Is this worth discussing further? Would it be a terrible idea to discuss further? Um, is this something you'd be interested in? Who's the best person to get in touch with at company to discuss further? Right? You don't always have to pitch a call. Obviously, at this point, I've shown you one, two, three, four, five, six, nine different CTAs that you can run with. So hopefully, you're getting the trend here that you don't need to constantly pitch calls and bombard people with the same call to action. Switch it up, make it softer, make it more personalized, and yeah, hopefully you'll get great results. If you follow these four rules, right? Keep your cold email short and to the point, 50 words or less. Specific targeting, personalization based on that targeting, right? Roofers in Tampa, cosmetics brands, cannabis brands, um, recently funded startups, right? There's a bunch of ways to get more personalized with your targeting or more specific with your targeting so you can get more personalized with your messaging. 2-to-1 rule, refer to the prospect twice for every time you refer to yourself once. Once again, not the gospel. You don't have to live by it, but just keep it in the back of your mind when you're writing an email that you're not saying we, I, us, right? You want to talk about you more than you, or sorry, you as the prospect more than I, me, we, right? And then switch up your CTAs. You don't always have to be pitching a call in your emails. In fact, you shouldn't be only pitching a call. Pitch something tangible like a video, strategies, ideas, a list of resumes, open to learning more. Would it be a terrible idea to discuss further, right? There's a bunch of different ways you can go here. So follow these four rules. I can almost guarantee you're going to get more calls booked and more closed deals from cold email if you do follow these rules. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you're looking for more specific and one-on-one help with your cold emails, I run a coaching program where I teach you how to set up a cold email system that will help you add 10K a month to your B2B business, guaranteed, or you don't pay. Click the link in my bio to learn more. Client Ascension. It's a coaching program with over 300 B2B business owners already inside. I would love to see you in there as well so we can schedule a one-on-one call and get your cold emails cranking. But other than that, be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. I drop a new video every single week going over cold email strategies like this. And I'll see you guys on the next video. So thanks.